In today's video, Dog Squad, we are going to be doing 10 questions. I'm just going to be kind of answering them. It's just that I'm kind of created for the 2025 NFL season. We did this last year, and I kind of want to do it again. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss one of my videos. Make sure to like this video, share, comment. It would really help my channel. We've hit 1K recently, about 3 months ago. I did a live stream last week. If you have not seen that, go ahead and check that out. It's on the live stream page. We're on the road to 2K, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't been part of the Dog Squad. We'll be answering these questions today, and we'll be talking about it just so kind of a little 2025 season preview. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video, Dog Squad. Here we go. 10 questions for the 2025 NFL season. So first up, can the Bengals defense step it up? They let a lot of points up last year, had to rely on the offense, and that's what kind of made them not as good. They had really good offense, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow having really good seasons. It's just the defense that let way too many points allowed. They weren't really good defense. So you get Trey Hendrickson being the lead sacker last year, leading in sacks in the NFL. That the rest of the team, the secondary wasn't good, but they did fire their defense coordinator, I believe. So that hopefully will change. So yes, I do think it will get better. I think they will step it up, and I think the Bengals might actually have a shot, if everyone's healthy, of making the playoffs and having maybe another run. But we'll see. Also, the division is going to be probably pretty tough. Maybe not the Browns, but the rest of the teams. Not even the Steelers. But I can at least see the Bengals and Ravens both making the playoffs this year. How will the new coaching staff for Dallas do? How will the new coaching staff for Dallas do? I think there'll be some flaws. I don't think it'll be as good as we've had before, so that's why I don't think we'll have another 12, 13 win season. But I can see us having a better season, maybe by a 9 or 10 season. If you did not see my Cowboys preview video, I made a little, just out of the blue record prediction that was 10-7. So I definitely think that'll be the case this year. We got some new guys. They're not the best guys, but they do work. They've helped their other past teams. The Cardinals O-line coach, the defense coordinator for the Niners was good at times. They're a little bit more consistent than the other coaches, so that's what's going to be. They're going to have their own flaws, but I do think with the talent we have, we'll be able to make it work. So I do think, yes, in some ways. Ben Johnson saved the Bears. I do think he will. They developed a bit more of a better O-line. They've got DJ Moore. Caleb Williams is actually still going to be good. He was good last year. He just didn't really have the good supporting cast around them besides receivers and running back. It was mainly the O-line. I think that everything else is fine. The defense has obviously been pretty good the past couple years. I do think Ben Johnson can develop a team just like he developed the offense and find ways to win games. So I definitely think, yes, can save the Bears. But we'll make sure to stay tuned on my predictions. We'll be doing predictions videos next Wednesday, so make sure you stay tuned. Starting that. Who will start for the Giants QB week 1? I think it'll be Russell Wilson. I do. They're going to want the other younger QBs to be trained. You have Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, rookie QB out of Ole Miss, and then you have Tommy DeVito, who probably is going to be QB4. But I do think it'll be Russell Wilson. They're going to train under these guys. I don't think they'll pull the Steelers and have the younger guy go, because Justin Fields also was playing for a few years already. Some of these guys will not be starting over Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson will be the starter for the Giants week 1. Knew how to develop a defense when they were healthy, and maybe even some of the time when they weren't even that healthy, he was able to make adjustments. He will be able to do well against as a New York Jet head coach. Justin Fields definitely has that franchise QB in them, no matter how they may not be for a full, 5-6 years. It may be for a couple years. Maybe the contract, you have an efficient offense that can put up points. You got the guys to do it on receiver. Breece Hall's a pretty good running back. As much as I think he is kind of overrated, he's still a good running back. You got a good defense that is top in a good amount of categories. So that's going to be the key thing for the Jets. And I do think they have a good amount, strong potential making the playoffs. I'm not going to say they're going to win the Super Bowl. Last year people were saying that because they had Aaron Rodgers back and all that. They were never going to be a Super Bowl team, and that kind of proved it last year. Who will be starting week 1 for the Browns QB? Yeah, basically the same thing as the Giants. I do think it will be Joe Flacco. I think that's kind of a common answer. He's much older than the other guys. All the other guys are much younger. You have 2 rookie QBs, Kenny Pickett, and I believe that's it. Oh, no, I think that's it. Is that it? I think so. Let me know if I'm missing someone. But and Deshaun Watson, but yeah, I don't even know if he's going to play. And yeah, what happened the last time they had them? They made the playoffs when they had an already good season with Deshaun, and then not last year with Deshaun, but 2 years ago when he was having a pretty successful season, Deshaun was playing, and then he kept getting hurt, and then you put in a couple backups. It seemed like everything was working, and then Joe Flacco kept winning games and was able to lead in the playoffs, so they were much better, and so he's probably going to start. Week 1 for the Browns, Joe Flacco will probably start. He's already back. They got him for a reason. He will be going to start for Week 1 for the Cleveland Browns. Hopefully, and I'm not right. Okay. Will the 49ers get back to the old self? I do think they will. Christian McCaffrey will be back. You'll have the whole team back. And I don't think they'll all be getting injured again, but they could. I think this will be the year they kind of turn things around, but I don't know if they'll go full Super Bowl mode. They could be maybe like a 5 seed, 4 seed, 3 seed. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe if they're... I think they can. But they're, I mean, they don't have... Some of the guys they still don't have, but they do have the same players. Trent Williams on the O-line. Their O-line's is still pretty efficient. You have Brock Purdy just got an extension. The defense, I don't know, because you just lost your head coach, but not like he was the best. Then you had your head coach for a couple years ago. So I don't know. It's gonna be a different change. But if everyone's healthy, which I think they will be a good amount of the time, I do think they will be able to go far. They got some stuff probably learned from last year as well. They had mistakes made. They'll be better, and I hope they don't, but I think they will be better. As an analyst, they'll be better. I believe they will maybe partially get back to their old self, maybe in a 10-11 span win season. So yeah, probably most likely they will be back into their old self at a good point. How much of an effect will George Pickens have on Dallas? I do think he will. Now, you've heard the Steelers, you heard the thing where the Steelers, they trade away the wide receiver, and then they don't do well. Maybe that will happen with the Cowboys. Sorry, I had to check OBS again. Maybe that will work with the Cowboys. I hope not, but I do see George Pickens, if he has potential, he'll have a better QB than Russell Wilson. The one that almost won MVP a couple years ago, had the highest amount of touchdown passes a couple years ago. So, and he's been in some All Pros. He's been to a good amount of Pro Bowl selections. And I think it's only 3, but still, you know what I mean. Of course, Dak's a pretty good QB. He's been in the top 10 rankings a lot. I still think he's borderline that right now. Maybe last year kind of bumped him down a little bit. We'll do our QB rankings later, but this is about George Pickens right now. He's got the talent. We've seen him. As long as he doesn't get in a tantrum, which will probably happen, he'll do pretty well. I think he will make the plays when needed. He'll make the big plays. He will make the big catches. We saw him against the Browns a couple years ago, so he's going to be a pretty good addition, obviously, with CD, with that offense, and I think it can be scary. So hopefully it will be. AFC and NFC favorites, it's probably the NFC, probably going to be the Eagles. And the AFC is probably going to be, I would say, the Chiefs. Probably the Eagles and Chiefs. Saw the Eagles win the Super Bowl last year. I don't see them getting really any worse. I mean, and then as long as Saquon doesn't get injured after having a really good year. We saw the same thing with McCaffrey. Had a really good year, then got hurt. So we see that with other players. But the Chiefs probably will be AFC favorites. They kind of always are because they always win it. So they probably will be favorites. And I'm sure they probably are right now. So those are my favorites going into the NFL season. And then lastly, I think, can the Texans offense be more productive this year? If you're kind of confused, like, well, they were productive. Well, they kind of started falling off, and we kind of all know that they were starting to fall off. CJ Stroud either had a sophomore slump or just didn't have as many receivers around him because they kept getting hurt. Both kind of are right. So, yes, I do think they can be more productive, and I do think they will. Joe Mixon was doing really well most of the season until the end of the year. I don't know what happened. And CJ Stroud, yes, he'll be better. He'll be back to his old self from his rookie year. Stephon Diggs won't be there, but I know Tank Dell and Nico Collins, they'll be productive receivers and be able to make big plays in that position. So, yes, I do think so for this year. So, no, I didn't really have many no's. So, kind of answered my own questions, I guess, but yes. But that's also why I also made them. So, But Dog Squad, thank you so much for watching. Come out next time for more. Remember, I will have no videos next week on Wednesday and Thursday now. I will actually be back Friday now, so got a little some rearranging. I'll have no videos, but I will have a couple shorts, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Also on the TreyDOGaming channel, you might see some clips. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you so much for watching, Dog Squad. I will see you in the next video. Peace.